birthday to ya.
Snap that no more.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya.
Here's a fun fact. I met Stevie Wonder one time at an airport. And whenever people ask me, who's the one celebrity you met that you were like fanboying over? It was motherfucking Stevie Wonder. And it was like,
I want to hear this full story.
I will tell you the full story. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the No Chaser Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
And one more time, we got ShanBoody's.
I forgot my name
in
for
the
a
house.
Thank you.
And we got someone here, ShanBoody's, ShanBoody's.
And we have a guest
in the house. So one time I was going through the airport, I was going through security, and I was like, oh my God, is that Stevie Wonder in front of me? Wow, that's Stevie Wonder. And I never like go up to celebrities asking for a picture ever, because I just don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like let me just let them do their thing. But this time I was like, bruh, it's Stevie Wonder. I gotta get a picture. So I was kind of.
Where were you traveling to? I want all the details.
I forget. It's so many planes, so many flights. Who knows?
I would know where me and Stevie Wonder were both going.
We weren't going to the same. We were just heading in the same direction.
Okay.
And so I saw Stevie, and I was like, I have to get a picture. I asked, can I get a picture? He said, yeah, of course. And actually, I wanted video for my vlog, and they were like, no video, just a picture.
Who's they?
His entourage. Pero like what happened was I just kept the video camera rolling and then just took video anyways. And then when I wanted the picture, I just took a screenshot of the video. You know what I'm saying? But took a picture with Stevie Wonder. It was awesome. And he was super nice. And that's the story. And that's the only time I've ever really been like kind of like awestruck by a celebrity.
What happened with this photo?
I still have it.
Did you post it on the gram?
It's been on the gram a couple times.
Got good engagement?
Oh, crazy engagement.
Worth it.
But I tell you what, you know what's popping for engagement? These fucking baby pictures, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I knew that was gonna be the case. Pero like it's crazy. Y'all need to have babies, man.
Oh, that's the
For
secret.
Sure. Yeah.
That's apparently Rick. No, it's okay. I'll wear a swimsuit. I'll wear a swimsuit to get likes.
And I'll repost her picture.
Thank you. Rick and I are gonna tag team this Instagram shit while you two put the cute ass baby pictures up. Leave us out of this conversation.
It's true. There's levels to this. You start out with like the swimsuits being like the thing, and then you get with somebody, which that becomes a thing, and then you have a baby, and you're like, holy fuck! There's all these likes that I didn't even know were possible for someone like me.
It's wild, bro. Like I didn't think I was. You know, I'm over here like I'm hyped if my shit out of 1.5 million followers, if my shit hits a good like 12,000 likes, I'm like, and this is such influencer talk. I hate to be even saying it, but like when the shit hits a good like 12K likes, I'm like, this is solid for me as a man. You feel me?
Okay.
As a man, this is solid for me. This is great. And then when I started posting the baby shit and I hit like 100,000 likes again, I'm like, wow, am I Lele Pons? Am I Inanna Sarkis? Wow, this shit's going crazy.
Oh, your damn baby about to be in all the vlogs. Poor child.
Man.
You have a very cute baby.
Thank you.
Have a very cute baby.
Well, I appreciate that.
Did you guys ever remotely consider the like, our baby is private? Just the back of the baby's head, baby life.
Yeah, that was considered. I think I mean even in terms of like the relationship. I mean, I always try to keep a balance, right? I feel like in terms of social media, you try to micromanage what do I actually want to share and what is fair game, right? And then for me, we definitely like debated a little bit. It wasn't even like a deep conversation, but it was like, do I actually want to just put it out there like that? And then but then when I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what, we put out the whole fucking relationship.
If I've seen Chia's water break, I need to see the baby's face. You literally videotaped
Facts.
the water on the ground and the
Yes.
It wasn't just like, oh, the water broke. It was the underwear and then looking down, and
you
it
know
was
what?
like.
It was a very beautiful water break though, because it was clear.
It was what was yours?
Not clear.
What?
There's a lot of stuff up there. A lot of stuff.
What color was it?
A little bit. I mean, it had some membrane in there. A little bit of
Insane in the membrane.
A little bit insane in the membrane.
I've
And
always
it was,
told Shannon she needs to drink more water.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, for Chia is such a private person, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't think she was gonna be down to share that much of it. But for her, she really was like attacking it like there's so much about that type of shit that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And all the gross shit and all like the weird shit that people don't address that we had never heard of. She was like, let's put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So like there was some shit about the mucus plug.
Yes.
Yeah, that I had never heard of. Do y'all know what this is?
Nope.
So before your water breaks, bro, there is this thing that comes out the cooch where it looks like you hocked a giant loogie into your panties. And it's called the mucus plug, and it comes out before the actual water breaks.
Oh.
And I had never heard of that. And to be honest, when me and Chia were sharing the whole pregnancy story on a video, I cut that part because I was like, no one knows what the fuck this is. Like, I don't know if this is interesting, right? But she was like, no, that's why I want to share it. So I was like, all right, cool. I kept it in, and there were a lot of people who were like, wow, I had never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So Chia's whole thought process was like on some more documentary scientific shit. Like, let's show the people what we had never heard about before. Yeah. And I was surprised because, you know, she's a very, you know, well, before she met me, she didn't have no Instagram. She wasn't trying to put things on the internet like that. But she kind of took it as an opportunity to talk about things that people wouldn't normally talk about. So I was like, yeah, all right, cool, let's put it out there. And so we did the pregnancy video, and you know, a lot of people were like, oh, thank you for sharing this, because a lot of pregnancy stories kind of avoid all the gross shit and just kind of talk about the nice fluffy stuff.
The beauty of it. But
we definitely had the gross shit in there. You know what I'm saying? We had the mucus plug, whatever that shit was, and we had the water breaking, and I made sure to include a lot of her just in pain in the hospital.
That feel awkward filming?
Yes, because in my head I'm like, am I an asshole for filming this?
If the nurse walks in, you're like,
yeah. I'm like, let me get this shot real quick.
All right, take 2.
Yeah, I felt like, you know, a part of me was like, how much of this is okay, and then how much of the, you know, like, do I want to just be the guy with the camera? But I set the camera up when she was really going through it and was just trying to be there, you know. How much of that were you guys putting out there and like sharing of your baby?
We're both on the same page when it comes to sharing, which is such a great integral thing for somebody who's on social to have with their partner. I think it's really tough if you're on different pages, but it kind of was just about it. It did feel awkward because I saw somebody else who Insta storied their entire labor, but was on their own Insta story being like,
holding the camera.
It's happening. One. It's happening.
Yeah, and it was like, but you know, it's still really cool because at the end of the day, I've never seen that shit before. Yeah. So I watched all 70 frames. It was one of those Insta stories that was like, but it is something about it where you're just like, you know, just be there. I'm actually glad what we did for the pushing part. We just put the phone when we knew that we were going to have the doctors come in. We just put our voice note on. And so we have the audio of the birth and the audio of the first sound. And I forgot that it was even running. Okay. So I kind of liked that.
Yeah, that's cool. I was told that I wasn't allowed to film the actual birth. So I didn't film that. You know
Who told you that?
Just everybody, like, they was like, you can film everything leading up to it. And in between the pushes, but they were like, don't film the actual birth because they want everybody to be in it.
Present.
I'm probably sure it's for like legal reasons in case they do some fuck shit.
Potentially, but luckily, her OBGYN was one of my good homegirls from high school.
Oh wow.
So everything was very like transparent.
What did you think? Cause you watched Veda come out, right?
I did, yeah.
Did you see the head morphing?
Yeah, bro, it was weird, bro. Like,
right before we get in, Rick, have you ever seen a child being born
in like real life?
In real life,
no.
I saw my best friend back in the day give birth to her first child.
You were there?
I was there. I was in the room.
Oh,
I was allowed to. Yeah, I was allowed to.
Pre-Rona.
Yeah,
pre-Rona. Clear, like a long time ago. So
did you see the baby's head slide out?
I did. It was one of the craziest things. I felt really bad after because she was so hungry. She took a bite of food and threw up. That was something that I was like, what is going on? Like the whole after process, like it's happening, everyone's crying, it's really emotional, but I did see the baby come out. I was allowed to stay in the room.
What's up, y'all? So if you're like me, you're gonna be spending a lot of time online shopping. You know, if it's 2 a.m., I'm usually online looking at You know what I'm saying, or I'm online shopping. And I know we all shop online, and we've all seen that promo code field taunt us at checkout, okay? But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free browser extension that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Oh my God, it's lit. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online, which range from sites that have tech and gaming products to popular fashion brands and even food delivery. Wow. Here's how it works. Imagine you're shopping and on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button drops down and all you gotta do is click apply coupons. Wait a few seconds and Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site. And just like that, you find working coupons and you watch the prices drop. Now this helped me save money on camera equipment, clothes, a lamp. It's lit, all right? Oh, it's lit, a lamp. Oh my God, I didn't do that on purpose. And just for y'all, I got a special treat, okay? If you don't have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's literally free and installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast, all right? Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/nochaser. That's joinhoney.com/nochaser. And it's a win for everybody. Hey guys, you know what I love? I love making sweet love. I love making that baby I just made, okay? But sometimes it's not as easy as you think. Sometimes you might need a little help, all right? Which is why I want to talk to you about Blue Chew. Now this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. All right, now I'm just gonna talk to you from my heart, off the top of my head here, not reading anything. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online, okay? Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil or tadalafil tablets are chewable, okay? Blue Chew tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of erectile dysfunction. It's lit, okay? So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Here's a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code TIM at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. Oh my God, it's lit. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TIM to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
That shit's weird, man.
It's crazy.
It's not like Knocked Up. You watch Knocked Up, which is a great movie, and I kind of went into it with that expectations. And so what threw me off, first of all, in Knocked Up, when the baby's crowning in Knocked Up, the baby is super bald. It's just a little round thing coming out, right? And then my baby had a bunch of hair. So when Bree, the OBGYN, was like, Tim, come take a look at this, and she was like, look at all that hair. I was like, oh shit. That's crazy. So she was like, so with every push, you see the hairy head coming closer and closer to the light. You feel me? And I was like, this is so weird. Yeah. Because like, okay, and I brought it up like this because Chia busted a really intense push where everything was about to happen. And where it's like her cooch lips kind of molded around the head of the baby, right?
The labia minora?
The labia minora, yes.
Oh, okay, so she was really out there in the world.
Yes, it was all out there.
That was the time of birth, technically.
It was about to come out to the point where during a Chia push, the Dr. Bree was like, hold on a second, let me get my shit on because I wasn't expecting all that to be coming out right now. So I describe it like, if you've ever seen, did I talk about this in the when I did an episode with you?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you know those plants in Mario, the ones that come out of the pipe? Yeah. I did. Okay, let's talk about. I'm just bringing it up again anyway. Yeah. The plants in Mario that come out, the ones that the ones that eat. It looked like that holding like a ball in its mouth. You feel me? That's how far her coochie lips were extending, and I was like, this shit is crazy. and people always say you're gonna cry, and I didn't cry because I was just so in shock of like everything that was happening. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost, I couldn't even process it. Like I felt like I was watching an episode of ER. You know what I'm saying?
No, Jared said it was like violent to watch. Like he said, he's like, the baby's dead for sure. Because the skull, the plates of the skull are like malleable. So the baby's head was like doing all this weird shape stuff. And then the doctor had either like both of her hands inside of my vaginal canal and was like a foot on the bed pulling it apart.
Foot on the bed.
Yes, like pulling that shit apart.
Did you tear?
That's not what it looked like when I was in the room. It was just so pretty. It was
Wait, you
nice.
didn't tear?
I didn't tear.
You didn't tear it all?
What did you use?
What an elastic vagina.
I
you
did,
Coconut oil.
Perineal massages every day.
Oh,
Okay, I was gonna say there had to have been something in
Yeah.
order to prevent, because when
Like
I was
this?
in the
And I have a tool. It's a big
Oh.
metal heavy tool like this, and then so it's essentially like a G-spot stimulator, but it's
The
the
one-
other direction.
that way.
So it goes that way.
Okay.
So then you do that, and then you pull like this.
The perennial.
help.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So we read on the perennial massage, but we only probably did it like a couple nights. We probably could have did more. So it's like you actually get your fingers in there and kind of rub.
so
to
what
loosen it
what
up.
does that do?
It stretches it out or gets the skin comfortable with receiving pressure.
Got it.
So Chia had a 2nd degree tear, which
Oh.
isn't as bad as a 3rd degree tear, which I think is cooch all the way down to the asshole.
Oh no.
Whew! Women are amazing.
So then they go and they put stitches.
They stitch it up.
Stitch it up.
So
Okay.
my homegirl Bree, after the baby was born, I remember walking by as Bree was stitching shit up, and she did a great job because I remember walking by and being like, that shit looks great. It looks good. It looks damn near normal. It's just a little swollen, but it looks good. Good job. And how long until you were able to have sex again?
I was able, because I didn't tear.
Yeah.
Technically, we could have, but as I mentioned with my water break-in, that was the part that I didn't realize. Everything that comes out of your vagina from after you have a birth and on is fucking gross. The baby is a miracle and amazing, but the stuff that comes out, gross. So I wasn't interested in having sex probably until 6 weeks after.
6 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, but gross.
Okay. What'd you do with your placenta?
That shit just slid in the ground.
Oh, it fell on the ground.
Yeah, Kaiser Permanente.
And you threw it away?
Well, because she was putting my shit well open, right? And
Yeah.
then so I think that it just, in the melee of it, the baby came out, and then it just slid out and was on the ground, which was crazy.
And then a dog came and munched it and took it away.
They were walking around.
Why do I envision that?
It was like a crime scene in there because the
Oh.
placenta's big.
Oh Jesus.
It's like, it's like a large piece of steak.
Yeah.
And it's very bloody. So then it was just
Carne
blood
asada.
everywhere on the ground.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I'm actually gonna eat half of Chia's placenta.
in pills.
No. We saved it, and we had a company turn half of it into pills. And I specifically asked this company, I was like, "Can you save me the other half because I want to grill it like carne asada? I'm gonna like fry it up with some like garlic and onions."
What in the YouTube video? Is that what this is?
Well, so here's the thing. Like,
That's yes. That's a yes.
Well, yeah, it's
That's a
definitely going in a YouTube video. But I've heard about people. I've heard about the mothers eating the placenta to regain the nutrients that they lose during childbirth, right? And so I asked Chia, I'm like, would you want to do this? And she was like, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy. She's like, if anything, I'll do the pills. And she's still iffy about that even, right? But in my head, I'm like, all right, well, shit, if she's not even gonna do nothing with it, I might as well.
Is it in the
So
freezer
if you was
right
gonna
now?
let
It's
it
in
go
the
to
freezer right
waste.
now. It's good for up to a year, the lady said. So
In your freezer?
in my freezer at home, yeah, next to our Hot Pockets and our French toast. So I was like, let me see what's good. If she's not gonna do nothing with these nutrients, then I'ma fuck with it, right?
Yep.
So they prepped it, sanitized it, and it's in half of the placenta's in there right now. And I have this whole thought process where I feel like, what I'm saying, if you eat some weird shit that people wouldn't normally eat, you might get some potential nutrients from it that people would normally get, right?
Mm.
So I got it there ready. I'm gonna fricassee it. I'm gonna throw it on the grill.
Yeah.
I just
When you
envision
feel like
lingua.
you're low in estrogen, you're gonna eat that.
Oh, my estrogen's popping, bro. Look at how I'm sitting, dog.
True. This is true.
Oh.
All right, so we all kind of go through some difficult things here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's been a weird time in the world. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, or maybe, you know, you're feeling just weird, right? So that's why I want to talk to y'all about BetterHelp, okay? Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? Now, me personally, you know what I'm saying, especially when the world is in a weird place, sometimes I don't want to be creative. I might have a little writer's block. I don't know what to create, or I might feel like I'm not creating the right thing, or I just don't know. Sometimes you just don't know, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it helps to just talk to somebody, which is why you can start communicating in under 48 hours with BetterHelp, okay? It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide, all right? BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. All you gotta do is visit betterhelp.com/nochaser, that's better HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional, okay? In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and No Chaser listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/nochaser.
But yeah, so I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna make of course a YouTube video.
Well, on the topic of that, because you're interested in additional nutrients in your life, breast milk.
Yeah.
Drinking it, using it, tried it. Where you at?
Dude, well, I mean, right now it's all going to the baby because we got a little baby. We got to feed that motherfucker, right? But there was a time when we had it in a little thing, and the baby knocked out, and I was like, "You gonna finish this?
You asking your dog?
You gonna finish that?"
Hey.
Hey.
And this is where Chia wasn't 100% comfortable with the breast. It was a process, right? So we had it in a little syringe, and the baby knocked out. We weren't trying to wake it up again, so I was like, I'm gonna just finish this little half a thing we got, and I took it, and I'm like, well, that's tasty.
Yes.
How about you?
Say it again for the people in the back. People think it's gross.
It's tasty.
Who thinks it's gross?
Many people. What do you mean? A lot of people think
Really?
that breast milk is disgusting. They have this notion in their mind that I think it just comes from this idea, like even the stigma around the vagina. Like, though the vagina is fishy, the vagina is gross. Like, what comes out of a woman's body is gross, but breast milk is delicious.
There was one day where I tasted it and it was sweet, and one day I tasted it was a little bitter. So I think it kind of depends too.
I did a taste test with a friend of mine where we did almond milk, and then I did breast milk, and then I had pea milk, which, you know, pea milk is like an LA thing.
What?
It's
Yeah.
like it's pea
From
milk.
peas, not peas.
From
Right.
peas,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
from
from
peas.
What?
Yes.
Chickpeas?
No, it's
No, peas.
It's called plant milk.
Like
It's
green
called-
peas?
What's the actual brand that makes it?
Ripple?
Ripple. Yes. Fuck yeah.
Ripple is delicious.
Ripple's delicious.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I put it in like carnival style, and I was like, drink it and then tell me which one's the best. That's all you're doing. Which one tastes the best? Breast milk won.
Wow.
Was it because it was sweeter?
It is sweeter.
There we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Do you have any on you?
I told you that.
She
I'm
has them
probably at
in
the
her.
place of like needing to pump shortly, but I had to stop doing it. People are getting mad because I was making everyone try my breast milk. And people online like, this is not safe. But the truth of the matter is, right after you give birth, you've had so many tests that I am one of the safest people out there.
Right.
Why wouldn't it be safe?
I mean, because if I do have an STD, it's a bodily fluid.
Oh.
If I do have COVID, like if there are risks associated with interacting with someone's bodily fluids,
Well,
I was tested up.
Well, I know one of the biggest trends online for people that are in beauty industry and in the fitness industry is buying breast milk. Like, people go online and are trying to find this because it's really, you know, full of nutrients. And then for your skin, they rub it all over. I saw this one woman that was taking frozen breast milk from her sister-in-law and was rubbing it all over her face. Her acne cleared up within 2 days.
Really?
Yes.
Well.
It's antibacterial.
Tim is going to be over there. Chia, come here.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I had pink eye. Don't ask me how I got it. I'm still not sure. But it was around the time when my aunt had just given birth to my little cousin.
Okay.
She told me to put some breast milk in it. I was like, this is not a time for jokes, auntie. And she was like, no, seriously. So I was like, at this point, I'm willing to try anything. The next day. Bro.
Really? So you
No
dropped
joke.
some breast milk in your eye?
Yeah. I
Yes.
just fucking.
You should even do that for the baby. If the baby gets like a blocked tear duct, shoot some breast milk in the eye.
Yeah.
Ear infection, shoot some breast milk in the ear.
Ear infection?
Yep.
What the heck?
I actually went away for work for 2 weeks shortly after, maybe 2 months after I gave birth. And so I had all of this breast milk. I had to pump, in essence, that would just go down the drain. So I have like 101 uses for breast milk because I used it. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah.
Man.
Our friends made a cookbook, a breast milk cookbook.
Yeah,
all the
that's
things
right.
you can use breast milk to cook. I don't remember. I didn't read any
Who's
of
his
it.
friend?
Luxy Boo.
Shout out to Luxy Boo.
Yeah.
Follow her on OnlyFans.
Do you have an age where you will stop breastfeeding, and how do you feel about people that breastfeed their children till they're like 5 or 7?
I'm gonna tell you the real deal truth is that I am a B cup. You guys have known me for a long time. Do you ever think of me as someone who has standout boobs?
They fluctuated.
Yeah, I mean, I've always felt like you've had nice B cups.
But not to the point where it's like I leave the room like
Oh
like
no.
a topic of conversation boobs.
Yeah.
I have exquisite breasts right now. They are phenomenal. So I think for that reason, I'm like, I don't know if I want to give this up. Like it's
what cup are you at now?
D.
Oh, you're at a D.
Yeah, but like you'll see, like if I get, if I haven't, there's many videos online of this. My breast, and because I haven't experienced this life before, it's like having a temporary boob job.
Oh,
Okay,
So
when
I
you
might
say
be one of those 10 years old, still
you
like
might just
so
yeah.
the longer you breastfeed, the
You
longer
keep-
your body
you
Yes.
keep producing.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, that's why I've always heard about people that were breastfeeding for a long time, and also just the benefits because
Of
for
course,
some
for the
reason
baby.
it's for the baby
Yeah.
and intelligence. But overall, when I have large breasts. And I've always had big boobs my whole life.
Really?
But, they're hidden today, which y'all all know because I pull them out occasionally. Put a shirt on today for you guys. But my mom was like, you need to use lotion and moisturize all the time. And I was like, why? She's like, because when you get pregnant, your boobs are going to get so big because genetically, like our family has really big boobs. They're like, you're going to get stretched out. So you need to make sure you moisturize now because when that day comes, your boobs are going to be so big that when they do go back down, eventually you got to make sure that your skin can go back.
Oh, fascinating.
And I'm the type of person that goes up a cup size every month. So I fluctuate.
What?
I fluctuate between CD to like D double D monthly based off of my period. So it's really dramatic all the time. So I could only imagine. But do you feel? Have you ever looked at somebody and went, "Yeah, that's too old"?
It's tough because of like Dr. Sebi says that you should breastfeed until they're in school, and then so
From the breast or give breast milk.
I mean there's an argument for both, I guess, because also the skin to skin contact, it's the bonding, it's the oxytocin, and then in addition, the saliva from the baby communicates with your nipple duct to tell your body what the baby needs. So if the baby, for example, is sick, them breastfeeding and latching on tells your bodies to make more antibodies in the breast milk.
Really?
Yeah.
So why aren't we drinking more breast milk?
Man, look.
because it's weird to be like, Mama.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like
I feel a little tickle in my throat. Let me get a titty real quick.
Mama.
I think it's once they start talking, it's weird because I definitely like there was this woman on YouTube who was making breastfeeding videos, and her kids were old enough to be like, "Mom, I'm hungry."
Yeah.
But is it
Running
only
up
weird?
to it with a toy car in their hands.
I mean, but is it
running
only
away.
weird because we sexualize it?
I don't know if it's sexualizing it. If anything, I never view the process as sexual at all.
Well, I feel like
But-
from the outside, right? Like
Right.
you'll see
We sexualize boobs.
So,
Yeah.
so that's why I asked.
But
Because
when
if
I see somebody feeding somebody and the kid's very old, I almost look at it like the mother has a very bizarre attachment. Like
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
very needy. So, and it's a little like sister wife-ish, sort of, kind of homeschooling a high school kid. There's something about it that's like,
Yeah.
let that kid grow up.
okay,
Yeah, I don't see it weird like, oh, that's sexual. It's just like this kid can eat regular food.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? If anything, you could put it in a cup for us and give it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want them to have those nutrients. So when it's from the titty and they're like 7 years old, it's weird.
It gets a little, yeah.
I'm down.
But not weird like that. If you're doing that, I mean, do what you do.
I mean,
We
do
just
what you
don't
do.
get it. Is what I'm saying.
That's why I was like, that's really one of those things to think about because I had a family member that breastfed their child till it was like, why are you doing this now?
Yeah.
It was like, but why?
Like,
And
Mom, get your titty out of my mouth. God.
it's like, yeah, like what's going on here? But then what about the the moms that can't breastfeed?
Well, that's the thing, is that I think it's just everyone's journey. That's how I think people should look at that, of just at the end of the day, people have survived. That's the fascinating thing I think with having a kid, period, is I've never experienced the level of, I honestly feel like I have 500,000 stepmothers or mother-in-laws. Like, that's how much people are like, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that. Like, their head shouldn't be turned to the left, they shouldn't do the right. And you're like, man, if I came on your page and critiqued everything that you do, the way you sit, the posture, how high your socks are rolled up, like, no one does anything perfectly. People survived. Like, we are resilient people, so you don't have to put this pressure. You have to do it a certain kind of way.
Was that annoying for you? Like, going back to just putting everything on social media, how was that for you? Like, everybody trying to put in their 2 cents.
I let them know.
What'd you say?
Don't fucking tell me any advice. I'm not listening. I'm not interested.
I give the unsolicited advice here, not you.
I get paid to do this shit,
She said, by the way, tune into my podcast that's coming out.
I'm very clear. I think I'm a big proponent of healthy relationships, right? So I let people know what my boundaries are. And I'm also very comfortable telling my audience, like, you are smarter than me in this area. I need your help. I did a video recently just saying that if you have a critique on my work, because, you know, Valentine's Day is like Super Bowl for me. So I did a lot of brand deals, like to the point I was making myself annoyed. I was like, you're so fucking annoying, bitch, but KY. So I said to my audience, I was like, because people were complaining, and then when people complain, other people police the complainers, like, you don't have a right to say, you don't pay her bills. I was like, you technically do. So please do let me know if my content's not serving you, like if my advice isn't good. I did a episode of my husband's podcast where I talked about butt stuff. People didn't like that from me. So I have a open ear in that regard.
Right.
But I can set a boundary and say, in this area, I don't give a fuck what your advice is.
Right.
I have 5 people in my life, and this is the thing. Everyone feels so tied to it because they maybe had a kid before, or they know somebody with a kid, so they feel like they have like great advice. But at the end of the day, there's 7 billion people on this planet.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers have had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm annoyed at my own mom giving me advice, I definitely don't need to hear your advice, bro. Yeah. But to be completely honest and fair, I read majority of my comments, and there have been times where I'm like, I've read a comment, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna Google that, and then maybe I will explore what you're saying to me right now. Also, I'm gonna pee, so you guys keep on talking about what you're talking about.
Well, I was just gonna ask. I was gonna say, culturally, everybody has different things that they do for their children, and he's leaving on one of those things that I was gonna ask about. Like, were there certain things that you felt that general knowledge that you would do, and then something within your culture that was like, okay, this is a part of who I am and where we come from? For some reason, I don't know why, but growing up, there was I had seen like I have 2 older half sisters, and I had seen like one of them get we call them like gullah gullah, like the boogers out of their nose with their own mouth. Gullah gullahs, like just like, I don't know. I can't tell you what language it is because I grew up around a bunch of different languages, but they literally.
Why don't you tell them what language it is. Tell them what's your mix.
Y'all already know. Go check my Instagram bio, okay? y'all already know. I'm not gonna say, but they have no problem with just like sucking it out of their nose without like the nose thing, and they would just do it themselves, and everybody thought that was okay. Is there any strange things that you did?
Tim might have a better answer to this because I'm not strange at all. I'm actually very normal and adjusted, but I can't have one that I can think of. But I just think in general, I don't know. There's people in my life who I'm like, you raised great kids. Because the thing with that thing, right? Like if I give you beauty advice, you can look at my page and say whether or not you want to take my beauty advice based on the way that I look or how I carry myself. Or if someone gives you career advice, like, oh, what's your career like? But with kids, it's like, I don't know what your kid is doing. You know, you might have a green ribbon kid and you're giving me advice on how I should or shouldn't raise my own. So it's like, for me, it was just more natural to be like, oh, this is somebody who they have raised a kid in such a way that I admire, and so that's who I'm going to go to advice for. And
green ribbon.
Green, like participation ribbon.
Oh.
You didn't make the podium.
Yeah.
You showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I never got that. I was up there. Blue. You feel me?
I knew where you were going with that. But yeah, because I always found that it's interesting because everybody raises their children a certain type of way, and then you have American, and then you go culturally, then you break it down to whatever you are and where you come from, and then there's different traditions and things. Like for some reason, I don't know if it was just like a Filipino thing, but smelling their kids and just smelling them. My mom literally comes and smells me, and it's something that she does, and my mom says that's a Filipino thing. So I didn't know if there was.
What does she smell? Like your hair?
Just
your feet,
like your feet, your body, just smelling.
Your mom would smell your feet?
Yeah.
No, not just a Filipino thing.
Is it not? Is it an Asian thing?
Because
No, it's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, so that's why I was. I was just asking since you went pee.
Like as an adult, like now.
No.
Babies.
First off, my mama don't come by me.
well, wait.
Right
yes, because
Your mom smell your feet?
not my feet, my butt. No, my mom when she kisses you on the cheek, she does a
Smell thing.
a smell kiss, and Chia was actually like, "Is that a Thai thing where she sniffs you as she kisses you?" And I don't know if it's necessarily a Thai thing, but I have gotten comments from like my like Southeast Asian people where it was like, yeah, they'll sniff kiss, you know what I'm saying?
Sniss.
Yeah, sniss, a little snizzy. And now that you bring that up, I never thought about it. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that was just something my mom did, but she does it like a, and I'm like, oh well, get off me, weirdo.
Well, I was asking, are there certain things that you did growing up or your mom did to you that you're going to do to your child? Like culturally, are there certain things? Because I didn't know not smelling your kids wasn't a thing. My mom always smells me and she's like, that's a Filipino thing. You just see and go... I'm just like, oh, I love the way you smell. And also culturally, Hawaiians too, in certain cultures, when they greet you, that's why they come up to your face like that, because you're breathing them in.
All right, yeah. Whenever after they do the haka, they always get real close.
But you go close because you're breathing in their essence. So that's something culturally, and I know that with babies, they're seen as like you want all of that youth from them. So is there anything that you guys do?
I mean, I feel like I don't know if just because it's a baby and I like that newborn baby smell. I definitely been doing a lot of a lot of snissing.
Yeah.
Snissing.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be snissing for, but you know, could be because everybody's been telling me too, like, yo, make sure you take in that newborn time because they grow up so fast. So get that newborn smell in, get that newborn time in. So I've been sniffing the shit out of that little girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was about to say something.
I was, but then it's not relevant.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, I've been.
I want to explore that train of thought.
It's not about baby stuff. It was just a lot of people claim things as that's this thing when it's not.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That's why, and that's why I always say that it's good that we talk about certain things, because Tim said, I didn't realize that other people did that, or my mom was just being weird. And I'm like, my mom did that, and she said it was she did it because it was a Filipino thing, and then you find out it's not. So yes, let's talk more about it.
I mean, I was just gonna say that,
bro. Let's talk about it because
yeah,
every once in a while, World Star or the Shade Room will post this thing that's like, oh man, all black people growing up did this, and I'm like,
we did it
this
too.
is my childhood as well.
Yeah.
But then if I comment that, everyone's gonna be like, let black people have their black shit, and I'm like, but we all did this though. You know what I'm saying?
But it's the exact same thing with Asian people,
right? With the shoes off.
That's probably an Asian thing.
Oh,
no,
but it's also a Canadian
that's a
thing.
common sense thing.
But
no, it's not so common because
a lot of people,
very uncommon.
A lot of people in the States don't do that.
Yes,
right.
We take shoes off. Hold on.
But in Asia, everybody does that.
We all
shit.
take our shoes off, and here's the thing: whenever I tweet about Asian people taking their shoes off before entering in a house, I get a lot of comments from different cultures saying, "Oh, that was me too," blah blah blah. I'm never like upset at that. I just, for me growing up, I felt like it was always just an Asian people thing because I had to tell a lot of my not Asian homies coming into my house, make sure you take your shoes off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And but I feel like there's just so much shit. Like for example, being late. Okay, like everybody.
You on black people time.
Right.
You on Filipino people time. You on Hawaiian time.
Hawaiian time. Black people time. Colored people time, quote unquote. Yeah. And
we don't say that one no more.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Like that's why I hit it with the quote unquotes because it's like it's not a thing that people say anymore, but it's a thing that people say, right? Because it's like, but at the same time, it's like everybody's fucking late.
Yeah.
Everybody's late.
Back in the day, everybody used to do you're black if, you're Mexican if, you're Asian if, and it was the same shit.
It's all the same.
The same shit, and they just wouldn't see it. Like, okay,
you just know
say
you're
boogeyman,
not
you
white.
say kukui.
I think it's just you're not white if you do this because all of us are
white people. The only ones to be different.
Right. I had a conversation. By the way, my co-hosts on the show are white, so there's a lot of things that me and one of my co-hosts' wife, who's Latina, which what she does, and one of the things was the pans in the oven.
Oh,
I put my pans in the oven.
So
and he was like, why would you put your pans in the oven? My wife puts her pans in the oven. I
Lack
said,
of space.
I said, what is your wife? And then he said what his wife was. I said, because we need places to put things. We have tons of pans. We're cooking all the time.
Yeah.
And then you don't wash your pans. You're supposed to oil your pans, and they don't go in certain places. So they go in the oven. Cast iron, you got to oil.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, I'll be washing all my shit.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
It's gonna turn orange.
That's not good.
If I had it my way,
one of them did turn orange.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't wash it.
if I had it my way, there would not be pans in the oven.
Why is
but because if I want to use, I
preheat
don't want to
the
have to
oven,
take it out.
and then you forget.
Yeah.
It's hella hot.
But it's a lack of space, like Shannon said. It's like, okay, well, shit, we got to put this in here.
Yeah.
So now we got to remember every
Okay.
time.
What about using the dishwasher as storage?
I use the dishwasher as a dishwasher.
Do you? I don't know how to use
Unless,
Black people things.
right? Unless it's like a very small amount of dishes, you wash it by hand, use it as storage.
So check this out, right? Well, my family growing up, we never had a dishwasher. So I was the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And then even when I moved out and I had my own condo with a dishwasher, Chia was always like, why you never use the dishwasher? I never used it because it was weird to me to use the dishwasher.
Just one person
Yeah.
though. That's like what 4 days of accumulation. Now it's gross.
I would let this shit accumulate, you know? But now that we got this house with the dishwasher and I learned how to use it,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm using this shit all the time.
Yeah.
I still wash my dishes. I hand wash my dishes and then I let them dry in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to use the dishwasher
Exactly.
growing up.
They would tell you like it don't work. You gotta wash twice. It doesn't get everything out. But they was paying a water bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was.
But my new place got water included. So guess what I'm
Exactly.
doing? I'm running
Exactly.
that damn washing machine.
Two dishes.
Yep.
Run it on.
And to be honest, now that I have a child, I would definitely still make her do the dishes, even though we got to work in dishwasher.
Definitely.
A part of me wants to tell her we're broke, just to build some character. You feel me? Because I feel
Yeah.
like growing up broke builds character.
For sure.
I don't want her to know that we got some good shit going on.
Yeah.
You feel
No,
me?
let her know, but still say no to her.
Ooh,
that's
that's
the
even
better way
more
to do
I
fucked
it.
feel
up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're going to wash these dishes.
Yeah.
That's
Like
good
yes,
parenting
yes, I
advice.
could buy that, but I'm not going to
You can
because
slide
you
in my
don't need
DMs
that.
with that parenting advice. That's fine.
Or text you.
Or text.
No, she didn't have my number.
Really?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
After 9 years of friendship.
You know what
Bruh.
it was? It was a blank contact for some reason.
She showed me my contact in her
She
phone. It
deleted
had
you.
no number on
No,
there.
he was there. The name was there.
Yeah.
Everything. The intention was set.
When I had her phone earlier, I was putting my number back in her phone.
You know what that was? That was to
Her-
avoid that hand job.
I know he gonna be texting me about it. I know he gonna be texting me about it, and I
He'd be
never
like, today,
did.
tomorrow, next week, next month.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, look, I feel, and I struggle with that all the time because I feel like me being able to look back and be like, we didn't have money growing up, really molded who I am as a person, right? And that made me work so hard growing up to just have a better life, right?
Yeah.
And shout out to my parents because I feel like I lived a great life even though we didn't have money. You know what I'm saying? Not to take away from the upbringing I had, but I feel like the fact that it was like I only had one pair of shoes per school year. Like that's the reason why I buy so many shoes now. You know what I'm saying? And now that I mean, look, shit's going good right now, and I got this child who I feel like I will be taken good care of, and I worked hard to take good care of my child and give her the things I didn't have. A part of me is like, maybe I want to make sure she has some of this character, you feel me? That like, where it's like, okay, you can't have everything that you want,
I think
that's different though between what chores you should be doing. If you have a dishwasher, then utilize the dishwasher, and you can use that free time to read The Economist or something. Like I had this debate with my parents actually because they were talking about that. We were in essence, we did a lot of like jobs that were not like pertaining to the kind of life that we wanted to have. Like growing up, I did telemarketing, I did door-to-door sales, and like that builds character and that builds everything. But I'm like, it would have been nice if you had a homie who had a big company. I could have gone and learned some really hard, interesting, skills about life that would pertain to the quality of life I wanted for myself. So you could still use the time, just It doesn't have to be on things like washing dishes when you know for a fact they ain't gonna have to wash no dishes.
I don't know that. Yeah, you don't know that. What if she moves out on her own and she has a dishwasher and then it breaks?
I was raised with that similar mentality. My parents, my dad raised me to know how to do everything on my own, and the women around me were very independent. And then my father was more of the stay-at-home dad. So I got a lot of my love from my dad and a lot of the structure from my grandma and my mom. Learn how to do everything on your own, but we couldn't. So it was when you're out on your own, you can't. I do understand what you're saying though, as far as like, because of the circumstances, like you can pick and choose. Like, hey, dishwashing is not what I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on. You'll learn how to, but we have a dishwasher. Learn how to load the dishwasher properly, so you're not re-washing dishes.
Teach
right?
me how to
like
build
that.
my credit.
You know what? I
wish my parents sat me
And
down.
you-
but my
do that
parents
too.
did. My parents did though. The first book I got from my grandma was a book on finances.
Ooh.
So my parents taught me that, but also taught me how to be by myself, which also goes to show why I am where I am now as far as being independent. And then my problems with relationships, it all goes back to that. But with raising, it really does. But when it comes to you two and raising children, you know, you guys are in a better position than I was growing up. My parents were not in the same positions that you two are in, right? So learning how to wash dishes was in case of something happening, you know how to. Now, how are you both going to approach that? Because I see a little difference between what you want to do. But you also have to consider your partners. How is co-parenting and the conversation you're having with your significant other as far as what you want for your children?
So here's the thing, right? So like I said, Chia was the one that was like, "Why aren't you using your dishwasher?" Right? And I grew up never using a dishwasher, and in my head, I feel like I want to make that little girl do some dishes. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, look, me and your mom just cooked you this dinner. You got to do the dishes." Like this is.
So that just sounds evil.
I mean,
the way you're saying it.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like it's a necessary evil. You know?
No, I think so too. Only because of the way kids' brains work. You know what I'm saying? When they see a shortcut, that's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just part of that development. Like, okay, sometimes it's not going to be a shortcut available. You got to know how to do it. So while washing dishes when you have a dishwasher is technically stupid and a waste of time, it helps trigger that part of the brain.
But there's probably
that problem solving.
There's a more applicable way to teach that lesson. I just think that we put. Sometimes when I think about the
Okay, how would you
messaging-
do it? That specific thing right there.
I mean, I haven't had it. I couldn't give you an example. And I hate that you did this to me because I feel stupid now. Thanks. You win. Thank you. You win.
That's why I asked it, because I
You
want
win.
I mean, you
But I
started
just
the
think
argument.
about when I bought a house last year, and there was so much I didn't know. And so we shame people like, you don't know how to work a vacuum, but yet you have a lot of people who grow up in middle class or lower class income homes where a lot of the basic life skills you grow up not having.
Wait, you don't know how to work a vacuum? No,
I do. I mean, it's like, I can vacuum, I can cook, I can clean, I can
do
mop.
all that shit,
I know
but
what
I
spray
can't-
to use
yeah.
for windows, which one to use
Right,
for wood,
but-
depending on what kind of wood. I can clean your hardwood floors. I
But
clean
why
your
can't
deck.
you do both?
You could, but it's. I'm trying to say, it's like we're not having a conversation about both. When the conversation comes up about raising your kids, people place a lot of emphasis on like the basic blue collar work. They're not
I get what
talking
you're saying.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And that's why I had asked for what's important. I see where Tim's coming from is the work ethic. I understand, like building. There's something to say about those that know how to do for themselves, right? Like you said, there are certain things you didn't know how to do. I was taught that. So all the basic things, how to cook, how to clean, how to do this, vinegar can be used for this. I also learned about like general health care and wound care, and just if you had to live on your own, I'm raising you to live on your own. That's how I was raised. And then all the other stuff was thrown in, but that's why I had asked.
Yeah, I mean,
for you and your child, what do you want them to be extremely independent, which is a different parenting style, or are you wanting to be like, hey, I want you
Like,
to
you know
use your
what's hella
brain?
important for my kid to learn is charm.
There we go.
That's gonna be ingrained from like 1 years old.
It'll get you very far.
Yes.
Charm are gonna get you so far.
Okay.
I tell people all the time, I'm not the funniest dude in the game, and I'm not the most talented dude out here. I'm not the most attractive dude out here, but I'm charming as fuck. People love working with me, and that's why they hit me up for shit. You know what I'm saying? So, how do you teach that though?
I think it's one, socializing them. Like I was thinking about this. Like we were at this like celebrity weekend getaway, and there was like a baby there that was like 2 years old, right? This baby could have been networking the fuck out of these people because everybody wants the baby to like them, right? It's such a rare time in your life where people want you to like them.
Yes.
And so, but the baby was like playing stranger. I was like, you could have gotten your Instagram way up if you played this differently. If you were, socialized differently. I mean, obviously some kids are naturally shy, but I think we even do that right now. We have so many people come by the house. Like we have our own little bubble. Like I created an Instagram for that was just like shared vibe because our house is a spot that people always stop into. Right. So I think that's a part of it, being around people constantly, not playing stranger.
Right.
I'm sending that kid to improv class when they're 3-4 years old.
Yo, my nieces are they're in a performing arts school. But I'll tell you this, my sister doesn't like people. And growing up, my dad used to put me on the forefront and was like, this is auntie and uncle, be nice and socialize, kind of like do all of that. There's a lot of the socializing aspects, but my sister wasn't. But then for her daughters, she puts that out there, but also the option to let her know when something is uncomfortable for them. So it's a little bit of a balance, like not just being social because I'm telling you need to go and know people, but also like, hey, if you're uncomfortable, now you can communicate that to me, which I didn't have growing up and a lot of people didn't have. And that's why I've seen the trends of parents saying you don't have to hug them or say hello because you feel uncomfortable. It seems, a lot more dialogue around that.
Yeah, I think in terms of the being charming for business and just being open in that sense, right? I think a lot of people, and this is a whole another conversation, right? But the whole topic of being sociable versus being fake, because a lot of people are like, I'm not trying to pretend like I like this person because it's fake. Yeah. But then it's like, when you're at events to socialize, to make connections, it's like everybody knows you're not trying to be best friends out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like you are building relationships for a reason, and there's a way to be sociable without being fake, without putting on a front. It's like we're all out here for the same reason. We're working. You know what I'm saying? And
how do you teach that to a child?
Well, charming isn't about that.
That's why he said it's a different conversation. You can't teach that to a kid.
But it very similar though. Because you're gonna have a conversation with your children eventually, as far as this is what this is for.
That's genuine charm is not people pleasing. They're not the same thing. They're not synonymous. So. A charming person sets boundaries. A charming person lets people know when they're not interested in something. A charming person challenges people. Like that's all a part of the game of somebody who's good at interacting with other people.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's funny that y'all even bring this up because randomly the other day I was thinking about how, like in high school, right? I wasn't I was a popular dude, right? I knew everybody. I kicked it with everybody. I was cool with everybody. But the only time I ever really, and I was just thinking about this the other day, the only time I ever really ran into any type of tiff with anybody is there was a couple people that was like, yo, Tim, you fake. Because you just be cool with everybody. And I'm like, I'm just trying to be cool with everybody, And this is me like, and not necessarily a kid, but I'm like 17, 18, just understanding that like I can be nice without being quote unquote fake.
But there is a very thin line in between the two, depending on the person doing it. Because there's a lot of people who have that attitude, but they are 1,000% being fake.
Right.
And they don't even realize it, because these are people who will sit with Shannon and Shannon say, I don't like that Nikki girl, and they say, yeah, she's kind of annoying, right? Because they want to be cool with Shannon,
right?
And then when Shannon's gone, they're like, what's up, Nikki, how you been? You know what I'm saying? Fake as fuck. But to them, they're just trying to appease everybody. They don't want anybody to be mad at them or dislike them. So it's very easy to be one or the other. But then you got people who are just like, I don't like Nikki, and you hanging out with Nikki, I know you don't like Nikki, you fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? To an extent,
because you like me.
To an extent, I am fake. if we're out here talking about now let's switch from the raising babies, right?
Okay.
If we out here in this shit, right?
Right.
Like, yes, I am down to break bread with you, have a conversation, be cool with you, have a drink, because we're talking business. You feel me? We're not trying to be best friends out here. So I don't feel like me being nice to you is a part of building a relationship of like friendship.
Yeah.
Right.
We're building a working relationship. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't have to like you as a person
Of
to build a
course.
working relationship with you.
But I don't consider that fake, but I know why people would consider it fake.
Right.
Because so many people in this world, that's how they network. Let's be friends.
Right.
Yes.
Let's hang out. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should grab a drink when they really want to work with
Right.
you.
Having,
You know what I'm saying?
Having one foot in a structured corporate world with the radio job and then working in this space, it is so different. I know the level of professionalism. Like, I have to be professional. There's certain things I can say, can't say. And when somebody says something to me that I'm going, that's not professional, whether you're trying to be my friend or not, because there are established boundaries in that space, then I understand that that's not being fake. Now, when we get into this world, like you said, it's very blurred lines, right? There's no HR that I can talk to.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nobody telling me that, hey, Rick, Nikki, if you go and hang out with Rick, this opportunity will come to you. If you hang out over here, this opportunity will come here. And if you hang out here, this opportunity will come here. You kind of are navigating this space by yourself. So some people want friendships from it because they think that's great and that's what it looks like, but in reality it's like, no, everyone's still trying to be professional like how corporate people are, but because there's no rules and regulations to how we work with one another, it can be very fake. There's no handbook. I get a handbook when I go to my job, right? This is what you can do, what you can say, what you can wear, what you can and cannot do. I know how to act in that space, and everybody there knows we're here to work.
And it depends on your definition of friendship, because we were just talking about how like Boudram, you consider me a close friend. You consider me to all you invite me to all your close events.
Yes.
I would invite you to all my personal events. I invited you to my wedding.
Yeah.
If I had a baby, what do you call them
bought you
shits?
gifts for your baby
a shower.
shower?
Yes, if
That
I had a
makes it-
shower, I would have invited you. But like, we don't kick it.
Yeah.
We don't hang out regularly. I barely see this motherfucker Rick, and this is one of
Bruh.
my bestest friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it is what it is. And I think people kind of have this kind of like what they think friendship is supposed to be, right?
But I think my life opened up when I stopped committing myself to being real and was more interested in being curious. So it wasn't like, I don't like you, I don't talk to you. It's like, well, how can I make a connection with this person even though our first interaction wasn't great? And so you might view that as fake. Like when you gave that example, like I could literally sit beside you and be like, Rick is so fucking annoying, and then go say that to Tim and then hang out and talk to you. Because I'm like, let me give it another opportunity to see, especially if I feel like there's something for me to gain from our connection. Like, let me try again to see if there's another angle at this.
I think what makes it fake to me is the talking shit part. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, the
there's
gossiping
plenty
is
of
just
people
bad.
who I have like not good interactions with, but I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything about how whack that interaction was to other people if I know I'm not gonna stop fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? Then there's been people who I'm like, I do not like this motherfucker, but it's in a place where I have to be around them again.
Well, gossiping is the lowest form of communication.
Yeah, but then the second time I'm around them, I'm not talking to them. I'm not trying to be friendly, but their energy is different.
I think,
and I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe it's not that bad.
You know,
what I'm
one
saying?
thing that makes someone real versus fake, or at least genuine, is that if the conversation did get brought up to Rick, like, Rick, you was really talking shit about me, Rick would probably go,
I was able-
yes,
yeah.
I was, because I didn't know you then, and I really wasn't feeling your vibe then. And that is probably where someone,
And I've had those conversations.
you know, someone being genuine. I think the term genuine versus real, you know, he can say like, yeah, I didn't know how I felt about you then. I said what I said, and I don't feel that way anymore. And that's where growth comes from, and actual friendships and connections develop, whether it's professional or in a, you know, close setting.
Because, I mean, we've told the story a bunch of times, but we did not like each other at first.
No. Yeah. We were very annoyed of each other for different reasons.
Yeah, but kind of similar reasons. But it was like, clearly that wasn't actually what it was, you know what I'm saying, afterwards. But it was all about being genuine, and we know that.
Yeah.
It's not like we kept it a fucking secret from each other, you know what I'm saying?
And I try to take that. I always use you and me as I take that into consideration when I meet other people. Cause,
that suck.
Yes, because I'm a very, and you are as well, as we are very like
a quick to
yes, God, this motherfucker's But then I remember I was with Rick, and when I first met him, and you know, now we best as buddies, and like, so now, you know, I'm like in my head, I'm like, all right, let me give this motherfucker a second chance, you know.
And because of that, this is where we direct the shit talking. You know what I'm saying? So if it is this is fucking Shannon, what the fuck? I'm not gonna say it to Nikki. I'm not gonna say it to that
He
dude.
knows
I'm gonna say
who
it
to talk
Tim.
shit
You know what I'm
to,
saying?
'cause that his friend.
It could stay there.
Yeah.
Well, he be telling shit now, but for a long time,
married.
it would stay there.
I have to.
Right,
It's what I gotta do.
But if you're real, like me and Rick and everybody here, then you will like, comment, subscribe, share.
Shameless.
Thank you for watching another episode of the No Chaser podcast.
I thought we had questions from the people.
Oh, here, stay for another one. We'll do that. Thank you
She
for watching.
has breasts to pump.
I'm gonna take all of her milk. Stop trying to leave.
Can we do one question?
Sure, if you want.
I just want to talk to the people.
we're here till 6, so sure, if you want.
She's like, why do you want to talk to me? I want to talk to them.
Let's see. Okay,
Shannon, this ain't that kind of podcast. We don't care about them.
I care about you. On
Um,
my podcast launching, I'll care deeply about you.
this one is kind
Cause she ain't got no personality.
I'll fake it.
I'll
I'll fake it real good.
Oh, do you? What's up? Sorry, I've been drinking.
No, these
What
questions
she
are whack.
says.
Thank you for watching another episode of No Chaser Podcast. Thank you to ShanBoody's for showing up and showing out. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Hey, Shannon, do you have anything you want to plug?
I'm not ready.
Okay, cool. Thank you for watching. Bye.